Hello, thanks for joining me for this next Flip preaching video. I'm really sorry if you've been following these, that I haven't done them for so long. Various things got, I just haven't, sorry, but I'm back. This week we're looking at John 12, 1-8. A brilliant story. Let me just tell you through the story, then we'll unpack some of what's going on in the story and how it might mean something to us today. Okay, so we have a story where this is just before Jesus is killed in Jerusalem. So this is getting near the end of the story, although it's in the middle of the gospel. Jesus goes to a meal at a house where it doesn't say whose house it is. It's a house where Mary and Martha and Lazarus are there too, and they're having a meal. And at this meal, Mary takes a jar of crazy expensive perfume that she somehow has, and she breaks it open, pours it on Jesus' feet, wipes it off his feet with her hair, and it's a way of preparing Jesus for his burial, which would take place in 6 or 7 days' time, according to the story. And as a follow-up, also present at the party is Judas Iscariot, who will later betray Jesus. And he gets sniffy, saying that what a waste of money. The money could have been put to better use, given to the poor. And John adds in the note that Judas didn't really care about the poor. It was because he was in charge of the money. He was like the treasurer of the group, and he wanted to take some out of it for himself. He wanted to benefit himself from the money. So he was a bit cross that there was this lost opportunity for personal gain. Okay, first question to think about. You might know that there are other very similar stories in the other 3 Gospels. This is from John. Matthew and Mark have almost identical story to each other, and it's very similar to this one, but there are some differences. In their one, we don't know that it's Mary who's doing the pouring of the perfume. She anoints Jesus' head, which is a more normal thing to do. That's what you would do normally. You wouldn't normally put it on the feet. There's no wiping with hair. And Judas, again, is a bit cross about the money. Then in Luke, there's a story which has got some similarities, but again, it's quite different. There's a woman who comes to a meal, and it says that she's a sinner, but she's kind of repentant. She's kind of come to her mind. She's changed her mind about how to be. And so she's so blown away by Jesus's mercy and grace that she cries, and her tears fall on Jesus' feet, and she wipes them off with her hair. And she also then gets some ointment and wipes that on Jesus' feet. There's no mention about Judas in that story getting cross. And then we have this one, which seems to be a bit of a blend of all the other ones put together. We've got an anointing of the feet, not the head. We've got the wiping off with the hair. We've got Mary doing it, not this sinful woman. So I wonder, how many original events were there? Assuming this is based upon some things that happened, how many times did this happen? Were there 3 different stories? Were there 3 different things that the different gospel authors have taken independently? Was there just one? Was there just one story, something to do with a woman doing something with Jesus' head or feet? Something involving perfume, maybe, that they've kind of elaborated in different ways? Or my own view, I think, this is what I think is most likely, is that there were 2. There was a woman who was overwhelmed at being forgiven, so she cried, her tears fell on Jesus' feet, and she wiped it with her hair. And then much later, in a very different place in the country, near Jerusalem, we have someone, may as well be Mary, who anoints Jesus' head with the perfume, preparing him for burial. I don't know. If that's the case, then John's got some of his details wrong, that Luke's got some of his details wrong, but between them they kind of tell the 2 stories. I don't know. Anyway, what might this mean to us today? What might this mean to us? I think I think there's kind of one overriding thing, which is the reaction, comparing the reaction of Judas, his mean-spirited selfishness, comparing that to the extravagant gift of Mary to Jesus. So let's take the John's account just as it's written, without worrying too much about whether it was his head or his feet, or whether, any of that stuff. Let's just take the account as it's written. So Mary gives away probably her most precious possession. She blows it all in one go on Jesus, because she wants to prepare him for his burial. A very extravagant act of praise and worship. And Judas gets really sniffy at that. And I wonder, if we look introspectively, is there a bit of Judas in us? Would we have been a bit cross about the waste? Would we have been a bit cross because we were actually wanting to benefit ourselves? Perhaps I wonder if there's a bit of us that when we worship, when we come to God, if you come to church, you're a bit too concerned about what you personally benefit, how much you get out of it, as opposed to it being an act of offering praise to God. I wonder what you think the purpose of church is. Is it to bless you, or is it to bless God? I wonder. A bit of both, perhaps. So let's try and be a bit more Mary, a bit less Judas, whatever that means for you. I hope that's helped in some ways to prepare you for a sermon on Sunday. Maybe I'll see you before then. If not, I hope to see you soon. If you've got any thoughts and opinions, put them in the comment section below. That would be wonderful. Okay, cheerio. Take care. Bye-bye.